Hi, Tracy Thomas here, and welcome to the Science of Feeling Good. And today we're going to be talking about the 3 biggest mistakes that people make in ketosis. Keto has been the darling of the nutrition community, and it's also been the biggest adversary. And the problem is that there's a lot of different understandings about what ketosis is, why people need it, and how to do it correctly. And so if you're doing it incorrectly, sure, you're going to have some really bad effects. But when you do it correctly, you can have a lot of really fantastic sustained health, and you're going to feel amazing benefits. I do ketosis probably a good week out of every month because I have underfunctioning adrenals. I have been stressed my whole life. I am riddled with anxiety, and my adrenal glands are totally taxed. And so because of that, when I go into ketosis, I have a lot more energy and I feel a lot more alive. And so I am a nutritionist by trade. And so I've learned the right way to do it, and I've experimented and I've worked with clients, and I can tell you right now that there's 3 really big important things that if you want to go into ketosis, you have to be doing. The first big mistake that people make is that they use the wrong oils and the wrong fats. And so if you're going into ketosis and you think that you should be just doubling down on all the canola oil and just throwing all the different grapeseed oil and throwing it all over on all your food, that's going to be a problem because it's inflammatory. Anything that's inflammatory is going to cause your body to underperform. You're going to have brain fog, and all of your cells are going to be not functioning optimally. So the thing is that if you're eating inflammatory oils, which are typically polyunsaturated fats, almost all polyunsaturated fats are adulterated before they even get into your bottle. So sure, you may think that if you're not cooking with canola or grapeseed oil, you're okay, but they're not raw. They are already processed and treated with super high temperatures and treated with solvents to even get the oil out of the seed. So anything that comes from a tiny little seed that you can't imagine visually cold pressing, like olive oil or avocado oil, steer clear from, because it's been treated with high heats and chemical solvents before it even gets into the bottle. So it is a big, gigantic bottle of inflammation. When you put it into your body, you're going to feel puffy, you're going to feel slow, you're going to feel fatigued, and your brain is going to feel foggy. So avoid inflammatory oils. The second thing is to avoid nitrate bacon. We all think, I'm going to go into ketosis, I get to eat a bunch of bacon and eggs. Yeah, that's great. You can eat bacon and eggs. I eat lots of bacon and eggs when I'm in ketosis, but I eat nitrate-free organic bacon and hopefully pasture-raised that you could find, as well as organic pasture-raised chickens that are producing the eggs. So if you're eating nitrates are massive toxins that are going to be wreaking havoc throughout your body and are causing additional brain fog. The benefit of ketosis is going to be far outweighed by the addition of toxicity, the excitotoxins running through your body. That's the last thing you want. And the other source of bad fats that you could be having is from non-organic and non-pasture-raised meats. All of us, even humans, when we store toxins, we store it in our fat cells. And so when we are eating animals that have been eating additional hormones and antibiotics, and they have their own poor microbiome because they've been not roaming on pasture, they are going to be riddled with toxins. And so when we eat those animals, we're eating this massive dose of toxicity. So the 3 ways that we get inflammatory oils are from adulterated oils, nitrate bacon, and non-pasture raised meats. So that is problem number 1, that we're eating the wrong oils. The second big problem that people experience in ketosis is that they eat too many proteins. Most people don't really grasp how much fat that you really have to eat. I mean, it is like 70% of the food you eat throughout the day is fat. And so it just seems counterintuitive to be eating that much fat. And so people tend to default just by eating a lot more protein. So they eat a lot more burgers and more chicken and lamb and pork, and they eat all this other protein. But the problem is your body goes into a state called gluconeogenesis, and it essentially converts the proteins in your muscle into glucose, which not only takes you out of ketosis because you're creating glucose from protein, but you're also whittling down down your coveted protein that your body needs. So going into gluconeogenesis is a state that we need for survival if we're starving. But if you're actively trying to put your body into ketosis, that's not what you want to be doing. You want to be eating a lot more fat, the right fats, and make sure that you're not overdoing the protein, which will be preventing you from being into ketosis in the first place. And issue number 3 that people have when going into ketosis and doing it incorrectly is they don't eat enough vegetables. They think, oh my gosh, I can't eat vegetables. I shouldn't be eating potatoes and sweet potatoes and peas and carrots and beets. And yeah, that's true. You really shouldn't be eating a lot of vegetables, and especially fruits that are high on the glycemic index scale. Those are things that are going to be producing a lot more of a glycemic response, creating more insulin and spiking your blood sugar. But we do need to make sure that we're having enough fiber, and we do need to make sure that we're getting the micronutrients that come from vegetables. So think about the really low glycemic vegetables like broccoli and chard and kale and asparagus and green vegetables, which are typically really high in phytonutrients and low on the glycemic index. So if you do go into ketosis, keep those 3 things at the forefront of your mind. Eat low inflammatory oils and low toxicity fats. Make sure that you are not eating too many proteins, and make sure that you are getting enough vegetables, particularly the low glycemic vegetables that are dark green and full of phytonutrients. Good luck.